pretty well covered my notes for today. Let's see if there's anything else that I missed. There's one more thing I wanted to bring up. It's kind of a follow-up to yesterday's statement from Oprah Winfrey regarding atheist. Interesting little story I found. This fly has been bugging me for 2 days. He ignores me until I go on and do a program. Anyway, this article says that non-believers in America, whether they identify themselves as atheist, agnostics, humanists, or just free thinkers, are people who live their lives without expecting God to ever intervene in any way. And I'm one of those. Well, it's obvious that their numbers are quickly growing. I don't think the numbers are really growing. I think more of us are just coming out of hiding and saying, we're with you, we'll support you. Well, in fact, non-believers now make up nearly 20% of the American public. And I dare say that number is probably even higher. 20% of the American public. And since young people tend to find themselves in this demographic more than their parents, it's extremely likely that this growth will continue by leaps and bounds over the next couple of generations. Unfortunately, though, a lot of us are still hesitant about coming out. And many non-believers are just not open about their non-belief, and there are even those that actively seek to pass as part of the believing majority. And I was among that majority for a while, that I pretended to be a Christian when I was not. Now, there are elements of Christianity that I like. To me, if you take away the supernatural aspects of it, I have no problem with it. So in that regard, I still consider myself a Christian. And I admit the conflict, because I started to come to this realization while attending a Methodist college with funding from a Methodist church. My hometown church was kind enough to give me scholarships so that I could go to college to improve the quality of my life. And I'm grateful for that. But I'm still in conflict as to how long do I continue to mask this charade, and I still support this church in my own way. But there is this conflict within me, and I still feel it even to this day. Well, the hesitance to be open about to their religious friends, families, and employers is certainly understandable, as atheists aren't exactly the most liked group in America. And I've gotten that from many friends and some family, actually, in that we don't believe, well, I'm going to hell. Okay. Well, at least I'll meet some good company down there. I never believed in hell anyway, even when I was a devout Christian. Many face ill treatment and discrimination because they don't share the dominant face of their communities, friends, and family. For those who are still very young or who live in a place where it could be dangerous to publicly identify themselves as an atheist, remaining secretive about one's strongly held convictions seems to be the only prudent choice. But I say this to you, but remaining silent won't make the problem of prejudice go away. It doesn't. In fact, this silence causes a number of problems for the community to which non-believers find themselves members. That's part of the reason why I personally decided to become more vocal, because I felt the same way, that I was doing myself and my community a disservice by pretending to be somebody that I am not. Well, by having significant numbers in the closet, it makes the demographic look smaller in numbers than it actually is, which makes it harder for the community to fight for equal representation. Furthermore, failing to openly identify misses the opportunity to put a positive human face on a wrongly vilified identity. As gay rights activist Harvey Milk noted about another maligned community, once they realize they are indeed children, their children, that we are indeed everywhere, every myth, every lie, every innuendo will be destroyed once and for all. Now, I don't see that happening as easily in the atheist community, but it's a good start. And there's another problem with staying in the closet that doesn't have anything to do with political power and grassroots organizing. Outside of any potential overriding safety and livelihood concerns, being silent about one's disbelief may be an unethical act, an aspect I had not considered of. According to David Silverman, president of American Atheist, hiding your identity means lying to everyone you know, forcing them to love someone fictional out of fear they may not like the real you. However, given the chance, most family members love the person, not the lie, and everyone benefits from having a more honest relationship. That may be, but I still have relatives that have shuddered and slammed the door in my face. Well, not literally, but, refused to talk to me or even hug me, or more than just small talk at best. And I tell you, that really hurts, because I'm being true to my convictions, as you are being true to your convictions. But if you can't express your emotions to someone who doesn't believe the same way you do, then maybe I'm better off without you. Why is being closeted about one's aspect of one's core worldview an untruth? Well, some non-believers will take offense to connecting this decision to ethics, suggesting that their lack of a God belief isn't important to them, so why advertise it? But that's a weak argument, because it's undeniably of vital importance to many people in our society with whom they communicate. Despite the rising numbers of non-believers, belief in a God, specifically in the Christian God, is more than a majority idea in America. In fact, nearly 80% of Americans believe in a Christian God, and 31% believe so strongly that they interpret their Bible as the literal Word of God. Yet I'm willing to contend that the majority of them haven't opened the Bible in years, and probably have never read the whole thing from cover to cover. Lack of belief in a God may not be the dominant issue in your personal life. Most humanists, understandably, have a more positive agenda than that, but it has to be recognized that it is meaningful to others. If people are to be respected, let me reemphasize that. If people are to be respected, they deserve to know who we truly are. So if you're struggling with your beliefs as I have with mine, it's okay to come out. You've got a friend in me, to quote James Taylor. Okay? I'll support you, as long as you don't go about breaking the law or hurting others. You got a friend right here. I'm offering my hand to you. Now, considering the shared aim most non-believers to doggedly pursue the truth regarding humanity, the nature of the universe and everything in it, there is understandably a high ethical standard for humanists and other non-theists to which they hold themselves. There's a reason Americans swear to uphold the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And failing to uphold the whole truth, when what's withheld matters, is equal to the other such failings. Okay? While it's always a struggle to reveal something about yourself, such a disclosure seems necessary for those who truly value intellectual honesty. Such clarity helps us to better understand the universe we inhabit, ourselves, our own biases, and our fears. And a failure to be fully forthright is a threat to the non-theist movement as a whole. Closeted non-believers once showed tremendous bravery in putting aside the comforting religious stories about existence in favor of a scientific understanding of the universe and our seemingly minor role in it. Now, we must tap into the reservoirs of bravery once more to fight the silence regarding their non-belief, which forces us to jump through intellectual hoops and conceal from those that they care about. Okay? So in other words, it's okay to be an atheist, but don't deny it, because you're shortchanging your life. And I have found more peace in myself by being honest about that. And I hope you can find that peace too. Well, that's enough of my soapbox today. I have rambled on for about an hour. So it's time to get on to the lighter elements of today's program. In a few moments, we'll have a look at news, as well as news headlines, a weather forecast, and what's trending. Just a few of the many things coming up next. So stick around, my friends. More First Cup is coming your way after these messages. All right? So stick around, and hopefully you'll learn something along the way. I kind of sound like Fat Albert in that regard, don't I? Anyway, we'll be right back.
Log of the Starship Enterprise, stardate 5943.7.
Captain Kirk, this is Lieutenant Uhura. Mr. Spock is ready to patch in. Go ahead, Mr. Spock.
I'm on the surface of the destroyed barbarian planet now, Captain.
Destroyed? What do you see, Mr. Spock?
The surviving inhabitants are in a dreadful condition. It seems they can't control their limbs, and their minds are dull and useless. Fascinating. They seem to be in a state identical to that curious 20th century Earth disease called hard drug abuse. I suspect it has destroyed all meaningful life on this wretched planet.
A tragic find, Mr. Spock.
As a Vulcan, I find the need for hard drugs to be totally illogical.
But as a half-human Spock, surely you can appreciate the suffering that hard drug abuse causes. We can only hope that other civilizations will not make the same mistake.
R2? Where are you? R2? R2? Huh? R2, you're on fire! R2-D2, you found a cigarette. Well, I don't think smoking is grown up at all. Because it's very dangerous. Smoking does dreadful things to your lungs and is very bad for your heart. Oh, well, I know I don't have one, but humans do, and I think we should set a good example. Well done, R2. Oh, hello. You know smoking is bad for your health, and it isn't grown up at all. So please, don't smoke. R2, do you really think I don't have a heart?
McGruff here.
The crime dog?
Yep.
I think I'm gonna need your help. I've got an internet bully.
Okay, well, what you do is...
Maybe you could put a virus on her computer. Or a tracking device. Or a bug.
You don't have to do that, all you...
Or maybe we could get an attack dog. You ever see those attack dogs that can, rip a person's arm off? Seriously. Or like a SWAT team. A cyber SWAT team or something. Or like an army. Did you ever see that zombie army movie? We should get a zombie army.
Wait. All you need to do to stop an internet bully is delete their messages and never forward them on.
So, no zombies?
No zombies.
Bummer.
Delete cyberbullying. Don't write it, don't forward it. For more information, visit ncpc.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, Crime Prevention Coalition of America, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Studio 26 on this Wednesday morning. It's Hump Day, and glad you decided to make me a part of your Wednesday morning plans, and hopefully I haven't scared you off with my ramblings. It's time now to find out what's trending on this Wednesday, so without further delay, hit the music, maestro.
Yo!